Brett again with Middle Tennessee Music for Mid-10 Listens Live. This is episode 83. We've got 5 bands lined up as usual for tonight. And this week, all of them got their information in for us. So there'll be 5 bands in the finished product when we get done here. Last week was fun, and I think I'm still reeling from it. I got myself into a tizzy this afternoon, as I usually do, but we've got everybody together now. And gosh, we got a fairly good-sized group tonight. We're going to kind of rotate through our panel this evening because we just couldn't decide who to have on the panel and who to have in the studio audience. So I'm just going to run through introductions real quick and let everybody give a wave. And I'll start over here beside me. We've got J.T. Hollis in Indiana, country musician. Find him on Reverb Nation or at jt-hollis.com. Great cat. Diane Cobb was in Texas. She's now in Louisiana. You might know her from her cancer support groups that she's run and from supporting independent music all over the internet, particularly on Google+. T.C. Dean is one of our in-house producer engineers. He's over in Japan in-house, I say, like I'm in Tennessee and he's in Japan. Wow. I love the internet. You know, that's the way it goes. It does some fantastic work with some wonderful pop artists over there. Ian Fultz is with us tonight. Ian does some great cartoon work with Zug the Friendly Orc, and he's heavily involved in anti-bullying campaigns. We met over at vidscape.com, which is, you've probably heard me talking about a brand new video service that it just kicks butt all around. Vidscape.com. Get over there and sign up. Brian Dotson out in Iowa, where they grow potatoes. That's our joke, sorry. Another producer engineer, and down in the lower left we have Aaron Young from Hangout Records, one of the show's sponsors. Aaron's been sponsoring and promoting musicians in Google Plus Hangouts now for 2.5 years. Jeffrey Hellman has joined us. He's lost a little bit of weight, folks. Congratulations, Jeffrey. You're looking great. You do want to catch Jeffrey's show one more Saturday night. Every Saturday night at 9 o'clock Central Time. One more Saturday night, Grateful Dead music and other fantastic music. And Steve Andrix, producer in Nashville, Tennessee, and great musician also, is with us. He's got no camera tonight and will be participating via the chat in our studio audience. And I think that wraps everybody up. Wow. Good group tonight. So let's take our top 5 working from the left as our first 5 panelists. We're going to rotate through tonight, and we'll get our first song ready to go and jump right to it. We can do our banter here in a few minutes. So we're going to check out a group called Lazy Eyes with Darling Dear is their song we've got tonight. Let's see. Best New Bands described the band's single Wait as an excellent example of the group's ability to erupt at an expansive pyrotechnic level while sharply delivering pop-laden hooks. Sounds like it might be up our alley. And I think I've got it loaded over here. Anybody that's watched before knows I have a hassle with this tablet I use because it always turns itself off just as I'm ready to hit play. I've got it loaded. Have we, everybody in the audience got it loaded there and ready to go? Thumbs up. Very cool. And we're going to check out Lazy Eyes' song, Darling Dear. Let's hit play. I'm back in college.
Kind of has sound like it was recorded in an auditorium, but I think that was intentional because they put unmastered in the title.
sounds. As a band, it reminds me of, and The Replacements is on my tongue, but that's not the band I'm thinking of.
I think of Depeche Mode, are you?
I'm thinking Dishwalla.
I'm having a hard time trying to get into this track.
I'm gonna go with Steve's comment over in the chat where he said sort of echoing the Bunnymen sound about it. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, I think that might have been the name I was trying to come up with.
Gonna let some of my peers comment.
You're muted, Brett.
No, I'm not.
Not anymore.
If they were going for that Echo and the Bunnymen kind of sound, they copped it 100%. And it's got the same problem that my old worn out tapes and LPs of that kind of music, I mean, whether it was Echo or any of those groups had, and that's the vocal is buried in the reverb.
Yep.
I think I liked it. And I could only just get to almost toward the end, I started actually catching the vocal as far as the lyric. So if I could hear that lyric better, I'd like that song a lot better. But
yeah,
man, the sounds, the way it was put together, no problems with that. I think it's a pretty good track, and I'm gonna give them, like you said, unmastered is included in the name and the link that we've got. So unmastered version, props. And this one, if I could dance to it, I'd get caught dancing. I'm going to stash it on my tablet. There's where I'm going to rate it. Right in the middle, stashed on my tablet because I did like it. I enjoyed listening to it. I'll keep the song. So that's what I've got on it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you there, Brett. It's going to be stashed on my tablet, and it may or may not get listened to again. But I'm not going to go and give it the lowest rating. I just don't think I can do that. But, yeah. It's definitely going to be a tablet mission on this track for me.
Well, I do like the caveat that they put unmastered on it. So they were willing to come out and say, hey, we haven't done anything with this song. We just threw it together. What do you think about it? And that was probably the best thing they could do because the vocals are buried in the verb and in the back of the track. You can't hear a thing that he says until you get to the last verse.
You make a good point there.
Yeah.
I would definitely have to agree. It's, the unmastered thing on there means a lot because that was one of the first things that went through my head was just in the beginning musical part. It was all just mashed together. It was hard to pick out the different instrumentals. When the vocals came in, I mean, that was one of the biggest problems I used to have was my vocals would be buried in the music. And, the feel for me, I kind of liked it, and I would have to give it a mid rating of stashed on my iPad because I used to be a big Dishwalla fan way back in the day, and the music, the feel, the sound all kind of reminded me of Dishwalla. I just wish, like everybody else has said, that the vocals would have been out a little bit more so that you could actually hear what he was singing about before the end of the song.
I think the song was really good. The structure of the song has got a good pop feel to it, and it's radio friendly, but the mix just needs to be improved.
Well, I'm over all of y'all. I'm just going to say, I would give it the number 4. What the heck is number 4?
You got caught dancing. No, he got caught dancing.
Okay, because
It's
it
Brett
has
got caught dancing.
it has a good tone. It has a good feeling, and I would think that they would play it like something. There's a club called Underground in Shreveport. Yeah. Anyway, but they would play the song because no one listens to the damn lyrics anyway. Because I couldn't hear the lyrics. I didn't know what the hell they were saying, but I can move my hips and do the sound because the musicians was doing a little toning, whatever. So I give it a 4 because I would actually dance to it and not listen to what the hell they said. So because I didn't know what they said. So there you go, 4.
And there's the difference between groupies and musicians.
Yep. Bands will make her dance.
Yeah, I'm not a musician. I can do a triangle, ding, ding, anyway, whatever. But I can dance. Okay. There you go.
I don't think I still have that video of you on the chair.
Do you have the video of me on the chair?
I have the video.
Oh, and by the way, where's my $100? Somebody still owes me a $100 tip.
No, that was a $20 tip, and I do owe it to you. I got to figure out.
Yeah, but you forgot about timing.
Brian, you want to weigh in on this one?
I'm going to chime in just like with everybody else. The vocals are way too low for my liking, but with the saying up front that we hadn't done anything with it, it was just thrown together, I'm going to stick with number 3. I'm going to stash it on the tablet. I think after some work, I could really see it. I agree with TC. It's radio friendly. It's going to get airplay. I could see it getting airplay. I'm not going to say it's going to, but I could see it being on a pop radio station. But I'm going to stick it with right there I'm going to stash it on the tablet. But after it's remastered and worked out, I think I'd listen to it. I'd take it up to a 4.
Mastered properly, and with that vocal brought up, I could see it on thousands of college radio stations. I mean, all over. Really,
Oh,
that's just
definitely.
Yeah, with that work done to it, I'd move it up to at least a 4.
The sounds are great, the ideas are great, and looking at our chat room here from the studio audience, they all seem to agree.
Kill the verb on the vocals.
Lose a little bit of the reverb, or bring the dry track back in there, which would be my suggestion.
That would be cool.
I'm with Steve. I
Nice.
love reverbs and washes, but you still got to have that dry in there to drive it. So wow, good stuff, great stuff. That's a good way to start the night, nice and fun. And so that's Lazy Eyes with Darling Dear. LazyEyesNYC.com is where you can find them. Songs over on SoundCloud, Lazy Eyes BK. And we appreciate very much. That was sent over by Jason Abashami. So appreciate it, guys, and thanks so much. Feel free to send us some more songs. We'll be glad to listen to them. We're going to go to commercial break, and we'll be right back. This episode of Mid-10 Listens Live is brought to you by Hangout Records, showcasing the musicians of Google Plus in open mic style hangouts on air. And by MPC Recording Company, the independent label known for empowering artists to understand music as a business and to control their careers. And by Unlimited Sounds, a publishing, administration, and digital distribution company helping the average musician get ahead in the digital era. Commercial break, and just however long. All right, we're back, I guess, because I already hit the button, right? And somebody's echoing a little bit.
Edit.
Could be me. Edit what?
Edit.
Oh, Ed. Ed's not here.
No,
And
edit.
Either tablet's done its thing again. All right, I got it back up. Our next guest, or next musical guest, that is Brian Mackey. Brian's out of New York, and I guess it's disclaimer time again. I've had the pleasure of sitting down with Brian Mackey and having some wonderful conversations. I've enjoyed his music now for a few years. And so, Brian, I'll let you know, just like I've let other friends know, when you're on this show for a review, you're a stranger. And I'm going to treat you that way. And that's the way it goes. So I got a quote here that says, "A lot of loss went on around me during the entire process of making the new album, both negatively and positively." The name of it came about from his need to break away from an oppressive relationship that tried to make him feel guilty. So the new album's called Broken Heartstrings, and we've got a track that was just released today, as in just released today, and the track is called, strangely enough, The Day by Brian Mackey. Has everybody got it loaded and ready to go there? Nods and thumbs up, I guess, across the board, and let's do that. Let's hit play.
I love that bass drum.
You're playing with a rainbow, and you're jumping like a jump rope. And the colors run down like rust. Everything you touch does. You're sucking on a gumdrop. The cuteness just so won't stop. And you're playing a guitar as you're trying to kill a star. I know you. I know what you're made of.
Man, he's definitely got some Zach Brown influence there.
The production value on this is pretty good. This is nice.
I'm really loving this tune so far.
Same here. This song's really cool.
Fell out of the sky. That's the day when the preacher man started.
Makes you want to close your eyes and just fall into it.
Lost his eyes.
That is a good description.
Very good description.
The day you were born. Your tattoos and Jaeger bombs. Swapping boys with your mom.
I am not a fan of country music. It's kind of like my most hated genre. But saying that, I know a lot of people who would really enjoy this song.
Yeah, this is more of like alt rock country. You know, it's like the Zach Brown band. You know, they kind of cross the line of rock and country. So.
White trash woman. That's the day when the plane fell out of the sky. That's the day when the preacher man started to cry. That's the day when
double vocals in the chorus line.
That's the day when the wildfire just went higher. That's the day that my dear grandma expired. That's the day when I blew out all 4 tires. On the day you were born. The day you were born.
Somebody's life when you make them your wife.
And you're drinking in the bar. You're gonna ruin someone's life when you make them your wife. You white trash woman.
I can see this in a movie soundtrack. As is.
Oh yeah,
this goes into one of the modern
I can see
life story movie soundtrack
right now with this song, and some guy like teary-eyed about his woman. That's good enough.
Hollywood people, pay attention. This is one of the songs you need. You got to put this in a flick.
Yeah, this is screaming for Billy Bob to get a hold of it.
The devil did dance around on the day.
I really dug the track. I would definitely want to listen.
You must
like
have been
that.
early.
This is like that critical mid-scene in the movie where the guy and the girl are at opposite ends of the restaurant and they're looking at each other and they got all these thoughts going through their mind, and it's just, this is on the jukebox playing, and it kind of fades up and takes over the sound of it. And that slow motion, you know, like what's going to happen next.
Yeah, I'm a visual guy. I see exactly what you're talking about there. That's beautiful. Another thing here is just the steel guitar is like nails on a chalkboard to me, but the way it's played here, really nice, real smooth.
Wow.
Yeah, we're going to have a new rating category that steps outside of the 5 that we've got. That's like, this is the special stuff that goes over here. And
You start into that crap every week.
We can call
this
it
one, this is definitely
go to
one of
11. We can go to 11 just like they do in Spinal Tap. All right, go to 11.
See,
I tell you,
my amp does that.
this is the kind of music or this song makes you want to check out other songs by this band.
Yeah.
this song
makes you want to look at the rest of the album.
This song took me to 6 different worlds.
Would you want to see?
Oh, yeah.
You would want
But-
to see this band live. You
Mhm.
would.
Oh yeah, definitely live.
But I'm a huge movie buff, so when you guys brought up the movie reference, I was just like, yes.
That's
Oh,
it.
yes. Like in the latest Transformers movie, this could have been in that. Easy.
The thing for
I
me,
agree.
you know,
Yeah, that would have been a good spot for it too. With those actors and that cast, this would completely fit that vibe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
and the thing for me, I mean, being a country artist is, you know, to me, it's all about a song that reaches out and grabs you. And I made the comment earlier that it just makes you, from the very beginning, makes you want to close your eyes and just fall into the song. And the thing of it is you're not going to fall into one place. You're gonna jump around because, you know, one part he's talking about tattoos and Jaeger bombs, and the next thing you know, he's talking about when his grandma passed away.
Yeah.
You know, so you're jumping all over the place. So the song keeps you involved all the way through. And, you know, I mean, for me, this is definitely a 5. You know, this is definitely one that I would roll the windows down and crank up at stoplight.
Oh, definitely. Yep.
I think this one goes out the park.
Well,
Crack of
for
the
me,
bat.
again, the only reason why I would give it anything lower than a 5 would be because I'm not a fan of country as a genre. So it's a 3 for me. It would be secretly stashed in my little iPod that no one would know that I'm actually listening to it. But it's really good. I really liked it.
I think that one would bring you out of the closet there, Ian.
Oh, damn you.
I wasn't touching that one.
Hey,
Oh, come on.
The shininess of the head, though, might have given that away.
Be warned, I may blind you with a glare.
I'd like to hear Jeff's thoughts on this one.
I think I was muted. I love the production values. I think were mentioned before. I think to me it's the best part of this track is how well it's produced. I love the sound of the bass and the finger picking on the guitar in the beginning. There was a lot of nice little subtle stuff going on, and maybe I didn't hear the story right or something, but I completely understand how the music would fit in a cinematic scenario. I'm just not sure about the story for me.
Personally, I need to hear the story again.
But it's
Because
not.
we talked a lot over the track, so I need to hear the story again. But
I mean, it's not
wow,
your traditional kind of story that you would normally hear, though. You know, and that's
well,
that's
yeah,
what I
I'm not completely sure. Like I say, need to hear it again. But as everything I heard, I dug the crap out of it. Really well played, really well produced, very well sung. Wow, yeah, I would jam it. Honestly, because on first listen, that's a jammer for me. Jamming at the red light, just that got a great feel for it. I could, you know, I could ignore the lyric and not even worry about the story, and really enjoy the hell out of the track. But like I said, I want to hear it again because he's going a lot of different directions in that story. I think it's pretty deep. A lot going on there.
I heard somebody make a comparison to Zac Brown and the
Yes.
Zac Brown band.
Yeah,
and
Todd Snyder.
I agree. It does have the Zac Brown feel to it. The only difference would be that Zac Brown has a little bit more vocally with harmonies and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, most
It did have that feel to it. I
Yeah.
just, in my head, I wasn't really hearing it as a country song, but it would fit, you know.
Yeah. My rating, I would definitely jam at the red light. I'd have no problem with that at all.
You know, I had no idea who Zac Brown was until I watched the Foo Fighters, one of the episodes, but I definitely agree that this guy kind of falls into that. He's a little more towards country, I think, than Zac Brown, but definitely I hear that.
But yeah, like I said earlier, I would definitely be interested in checking out other songs by this band and see what else they have to offer.
For sure. And again, that's Brian Mackey's The Day. Is just out today. iTunes, Apple. Broken Heartstrings is the name of the album. Catch him at brianmackeymusic.com, MACKEY. And damn good track guy. Damn
There
good
was a whole flock.
Well done. From a guy who doesn't like country. Well done.
This is Clozapin with their song Head. They initially began as a bedroom project. Oh boy.
Yes, it was.
Damn it, Diane's here, isn't she? She got me all riled up. They originally began as a bedroom project, formed in January 2014, just this year, by Mitchell Todoroff on guitar and vocals, and Paul Simone, bass and vocals, Nick Connor, and Naiden Kolev on guitar. They got a firm following in Otsego County area and took off pretty quick. So they've sent us a vibrant soundscape with elements of pop, indie, psych, noise rock, and shoegaze. So this should be fun. Clozapin, Head. You guys got it loaded? I've got it on the wrong spot. Damn
Ready to go, ready to rock and roll.
Let's hit play.
All right.
All right.
Button pushed. Big heavy chorus on the guitar.
We got that vocal problem buried in reverb again.
Oh, they are singing. Okay, yeah, there it is.
I was going, what vocal?
This is a mess. And the song would probably be pretty good, but the way it's recorded just sucks.
Yeah, it's a really exciting piece of music, but the recording.
I'm getting a really 60s vibe to it, but seriously, I can't hear a thing vocally.
I don't do this often, but I've already hit the stop button.
It's way too crowded.
I'm on that borderline. I'm
Stop.
sitting-
Stop.
I'm over halfway through. I'm going to let it go for another moment or so.
I couldn't take any more.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
that's a stop.
That's a definite stop. Is that the lowest rating? Is that PC?
That goes beyond the dog not being able to download it. I think when you go to stop, it's like go home, start over. Just don't even come to the table.
It's to me, it's way too crowded.
Oh, that's the word right there. That's
You've got way too much going on all at the same time. One, you can't hear the vocals. I mean,
can't hear shit.
barely.
You can't hear a dang thing.
The only thing that I really heard was boom, boom, boom of the drums and
Yes.
That was
That was
it.
about to say, yeah. The only thing I could hear was the beat.
The whole mix. I'm sorry.
You're dumbfounded, Brett. You're
I'm
dumbfounded.
dumbfounded by the mix. Okay, but all right. So I'm going to go back to. Man, it sounds like something I recorded 15 years ago in Lou's basement.
What were you smoking?
Wow, dude.
God knows what. You know, it's.
Back in the tape
But
days.
you know, the piece of music's exciting. You put this thing down, put these guys down in the Echo Room in Atlanta, or one of those spots.
Too much
big,
noise.
Big
Like
Echo
with the rave,
Room.
live
have to
rave.
argue with
And
you.
a
Have to argue with
here
you.
that knows what he's doing, man. I could see it just really exciting the living shit out of some crowds. But I'll take this one back to the mixing board, guys.
I mean, and not to be cruel, but I mean, it is just too much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't let the dog download it. Gosh, I've never said that on any of the songs that we've had so
Oh,
far.
wow.
Yeah, I'm the same.
I don't think my dog even woke up.
Steve even agrees. He's like, I can't make a comment. It's can't hear nothing. There's
I
nothing to
think-
hear.
I think the dog woke up and ran out of the room.
Possibly, but I just no. This is a no.
Hey, this needs to go back into the boards. It's got to go back to the mixing board.
It's what's called cacophony.
Yeah.
Oh, very good term. Yes. There's those big words.
And you know, we read the description, so we knew what to expect there. And
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
we got the cacophony.
Diane even said she can't dance to it.
Headbang or anything, and her hair
She
requires
can dance to anything.
I think if they could go in and remix and do, I mean, it would be some major tweaking that they would have to do to it. They might be able to.
There's a
come
lot
up.
of work to be done.
Yeah, but they might be able to come up. First thing you got to do is you got to bring those vocals out because you can't even hear what they're saying. You know, it sounded like Charlie Brown's parents.
I think it was you and me, JT, that said what Brett goes, oh yeah, the vocals are there, and we're like, oh, they're singing.
Yeah, I didn't even hear it
Singing.
until after he said there's the same problem.
There is a voice in there somewhere.
Yeah, I was trying really hard to hear it, and I really had a hard time. And it's not just even hearing. I mean, fine, that almost becomes part of the fun, because if you listen to a song over and over and over again like that, you then begin to try and figure what they're actually trying to say, which can be fun. But this, you have no baseline to even hear anything.
I'm never that harsh on something. I'll talk about the mix of something, but this whole thing, I hit the stop button. I'm sorry, guys. No.
I was not far behind you.
Sorry for the ratings on that one, guys, but it's the mix. We couldn't tell what the song was about.
Song?
To me, I think it was an exciting, exciting piece of music.
Oh, we did listen to something.
But again, I think what Diane said earlier in the chat, she goes, she not only couldn't she hear it, but she couldn't feel it. And even if you don't have any lyrics in music, you need to feel it. Like Star Wars, you play the Star Wars theme song? Come on, guys, who doesn't get goosebumps around here? But with that, no way, I didn't feel squat.
Yeah. I mean,
I could say something, but it'd be a little bit too mean, so I'm not going to say it.
Let's not be mean. Let's be constructive. Constructive criticism is good in these elements, you know?
Right.
Diane says, exciting? What the fuck? I guess you got to hear it from a musician's angle. There's a lot of exciting stuff going on in there. It's all just pounded in the mix so terrible.
Like I said, I think they could make it work if they can find a better mix for it.
Yeah.
I would like to see them actually do this and then bring it back to us again and say, you know, this is what we did with it.
Yeah, I would love that.
Do something with it.
Because I heard a lot of exciting elements in the song. There's good stuff there. I mean, the drummer's in time. The bass player knows how to play a line. The guitar, I could hear it. Maybe my mix was.
Hear the drums.
The cymbals were, God, they hurt. But I mean, the guitar picking, the technique of the guitarist was there. I think if you take this thing apart, like we've been saying, put it back together, I'd love to hear it again.
Yeah,
but
I would too.
But I'm going to give them a valiant effort. Hey, they became a band in January this year.
Yep.
And so if I think back when I first started playing and making recordings, well, they didn't sound that good. So I'm going to give them a lot of credit for the effort and for the thoughts that went into it. But I got to tear them.
My package is here. I will be right back.
Oh, did you get your whiskey? Maybe you'll straighten up and be nice now.
And Greg, you know my history, so you know my history as far as music goes and everything. So, listening to that, knowing that they haven't been together that long, that's why I say I'd like to see them take this, take our criticisms, rework that mix,
simply,
rework that mix a little bit, and bring it back.
And I'll repeat, you'll put it in the right venue with the right mix engineer there, and damn it, sounds like they'd excite a crowd.
Yeah,
I think they would. I heard some nice elements in there, but it was just a quick piece here and a quick piece there because everything, like I said, was just so overpowering each other.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. They've got quite a few tracks on the record. Maybe some of them are better mixed than this one. So anyway, thank you very much for the song Clozapin, or from Clozapin, the song Head. And valiant effort, but sorry, not the music for this panel. And we'll take a short break and be right back while TC opens his whiskey or piece of gear or whatever showed up. Over from Alexandra at Effective Immediately. She sent us practically Einstein's song, Massive in Japan, which makes me think of Tom Waits. So I hope They're really on top of their game here. Let's see, they're holding an exclusive EP release show at the Rock and Roll Hotel in Washington, D.C., November 15th. And the new single is available on iTunes already. And I'm assuming that that is at Practically Einstein at iTunes. And damn it, the tablet's turned itself off again. I'm just going to make a loop of that. And that way I don't have to say it. I can just play the loop every time. The tablet's turned itself off every time. All right, we got Massive in Japan loaded. Everybody ready to go? Let's hit play.
Yay. Oh, yeah.
This is good. There we go.
The days, the weeks have come undone. I worry about most everyone, but thankfully along this ride, it's only you I need to survive.
I love the sound of the clean guitar. It's like a doubled stereo clean guitar. It's really punchy on the side.
Don't hang out in Mars, but I never would have met you if you come from Mars. So let's distance.
Studio audience says, knack. Yes.
Forget about the rest and we'll be superstars.
Little syncopation in there.
Stars, superstars.
The mix is a little hot. There's some distortion in it.
Sometimes it's
Ooh, I like the clapping. I like the clapping.
some implants in the brains of everyone but me and you. These people need to get a clue. A clue. A clue. My mother always told me don't hang out in bars, but I never would have met you.
I like the stops.
From bars.
Oh, yeah.
So let's distance
Those are great.
and just go drive my
Definitely catches your attention.
Forget about the rest and we'll be superstars. Superstars. Superstars.
No, it's really good. It's definitely pop. Definitely more along the lines of pop, but I can easily see this thing being played.
By 21, you were just a dream at 17. I can't wait to see you at 60. See you at 60. See you at 63. So take my hand and clear your head. Since as you've heard,
You were a dream at 17. I can't wait to see you at 63.
and join my band, and we'll be
Iconic love song right there.
That's a hell of a line. I'll repeat that to the wife.
Sarcasm, anybody?
My mother always told me don't hang out in Mars, but I never would have met you if you come from Mars. So let's ditch this fucking town and just go drive my car. Forget about the rest and we'll be superstars. Superstars.
There's bits and pieces of different vocal lines. I mean, like my mother told me about it. It's definitely sold from, Devo.
Yeah.
Straight out of Devo's. I think I'm turning Japanese.
Oh yeah.
But again, it ties into the song. Massive.
Massive, man. It's massive in Japan. So
And I like the lyrics here are basically saying, imagine us and kind of like you're gonna feel like they're gonna want to go to Japan. We're gonna be really huge there. Who cares about the United States? Because we won't make any money here, but we're gonna be awesome over there. Love it, love it.
yeah.
The thing is, in Japan, since I am in Japan, I think I have a little technicality. I'm going to go ahead and start on this one. That the lyrical content is dead on, and the idea and the concepts in this song are just so pop oriented. The little syncopated midsections in there, that syncopation on each transition point in the song is very cool. I love the punchiness of that clean guitar on the side, doubled stereo guitar, just right there, balanced and in your face. The mix
Really
is a
nice
little bit
picking work on that guitar too.
It's a little bit hot. I would take some of the power. I think of the compressor was just pushed just a little bit too hard on this for the clean sounds that they were trying to get out of it. They would have been more punchy with a little less, actually. In my cans here, I'm listening to just a little too much, but the song is good. I think it's got
I'm listening
Yeah,
through stereo speakers, and it's nice. It's a nice song. I would love to play while making a pizza.
It is a good
with Nori and octopus on it, right?
Yeah,
It's definitely something you can play while you're, cleaning the house or something like that to keep you kind of up and beep bopping along as you're vacuuming or
Yeah, or a nice fettuccine alfredo with the vegetable mix.
No, it's in
flipping
Japan,
those
dude. You
skillets.
gotta have squidding. This is the Burger King Black Burger song. This is the Black Burger song with
You can
squid.
keep the freaking squid.
Yeah, for me, I'm kind of torn on this one. I mean, part of me liked it, and part of me is like, just not.
That's a Natalie Imbruglia song, isn't it? I'm torn.
Yeah, it is.
I mean,
Yes, it is.
I don't know. I mean, part of me was feeling like the Beatles back in the day and that kind of thing. Was hearing that in there. Part of me was hearing some of the 80s pop and stuff like that. I enjoyed the song. I liked it. The mix to me was really cool. One of the neatest parts to me about the song was the multiple stops in there, and the fact that, they're all dead on that. I'm very critical about that.
Well, they took so many cliche, tips in the song for people who've listened to music and actually know they're going to hear those nuances in there. I think I'm turning Japanese. I think I'm turning Japanese. I really think so. And it's in the lyric melody line of the "My mother not to tell,"
Exactly.
Hear it, and it's in the same key. It's actually in the same key. So they pay, they took little pieces out of this, a little piece out of this, a little piece out of that, and threw it all together. And then they reference all of the Japanese culture that's in there. I mean, if you've been to Japan and you've been down to Harajuku or you've been to Shibuya or the idea of maid cafes and all of the crazy stuff that goes on over here, just look at Harajuku girls. Do a Google search.
I watch a lot of anime, so I get
you know what I'm talking about.
And it's this song is kind of like it's like, it really sucks here. Let's go there. That's what I like about it.
That's a fun tune. I got caught dancing.
I'm gonna go.
I got caught dancing.
I'll go 3. I'll stash it on the pod.
I don't care what y'all say. It's awesome. I think instead of a 5, it's a 10. I think it's like the
So
stop.
you're jamming it in at the red light in a stolen car.
Interesting though, with Diane's sense of rhythm. With Diane's sense of rhythm, when she starts dancing to it, when they hit those stop points with the syncopation.
With the wine glass in her hand, she's gonna spill it every time, isn't she?
But I'm telling you, this is like one of those dances that the girls can like throw on too, and they can create a little group dance, a line dance to it, because that little stop, it's the whole moving of it is like leg work. It's like rubbing your hips. It's like moving. It's a whole dance.
Remember, this is a family-rated show.
Since when?
She's rated.
Since when?
I love it.
He's talking about rubbing the hips and
I understand that, you rotate your hips and stuff. It's just like you're doing a line dance. The girls will know what I'm talking about. But I'm just saying, and you guys, I'm going to watch them girls doing that line dance. So this is a dance that's pretty cool, and I love the whole dang thing. So I give that.
Yeah, same here.
Wait, Diane, is there a problem with us watching?
I was just shaking my head up and down, just like really enjoying the song. I wish I had long hair to kind of like really bop with it, but sadly I'm bald.
I can
Borrow
take
one of Diane's wigs. I'd have to be I'm stuck between a 3 and a 4 on this one though, because it would depend on my mood, of whether it's hidden on the iPad or if I'm gonna bring it out and dance to it while I'm doing whatever. It's a good song. I enjoyed it, no doubt about it. I'm just kind of in between on this one.
Definitely, yeah. I'm cruising down some really jam-packed area of Vancouver, and yeah, I got the windows down. It's raining. I don't care. This song is on. All is well.
I'd take a little bit of the sizzle out of the mix, just a touch, because it's a little hot in the headphones. And I mean, we're using studio cans, the same cans that they use in every studio in Japan. I can hear the distortion in it. There's a little bit of distortion.
Just a touch, using the same cans.
Just a touch.
It would be on the radio. That song would be on the radio here in Japan.
It'd easily make the radio here in Tennessee. Good stuff. And again, that's Practically Einstein with Massive in Japan. Thank you.
I'll give it 1 thumbs up.
Effective
I'm
Media
not going to go 2, but I'll definitely.
I'm going to give it a thumb and a half at least. And God,
It's between the 3 and the 4.
And Steve Andrix gave it a 4 in the chat room.
Steve Andrix is giving it a high
And he
rating.
said, after much consideration.
Oh yes, he definitely pondered this for quite a while. And
He
then
didn't say it that way, guys.
To us, and he's like, "Oh, maybe they're making up good points. Maybe they're making bad points."
He
And
might
I
have
think
typed
the
it,
fact
but
that his libations were probably empty at the time that he was doing the previous consideration with the song that we.
This episode of Mid-10 Listens Live is brought to you by Hangout Records, showcasing the musicians of Google Plus in open mic style hangouts on air. And by MPC Recording Company, the independent label known for empowering artists to understand music as a business and to control their careers. And by Unlimited Sounds, a publishing, administration, and digital distribution company helping the average musician get ahead in the digital era. Our last break of the evening. We've had a blast so far. It's been
this has been great. Thank you so much for having me on.
Absolutely. I'm glad all of you showed up. It's been a great panel tonight, too. Our next one comes over Joey Ox with Vast Image sent over Eileen Carey's song, Bottle Your Crazy Up. In March of 2013, CBS Los Angeles called Eileen Carey one of the top 10 rising female musicians in Los Angeles. While she remains an independent artist, she's been likened to many of Nashville's biggest country stars. That sounds pretty cool. Diane mentioned something about line dancing as we talked about our last tune, and the subject comes up in the press release, so I'm going to imagine we're in for a country sounding tune here. We have Bottle Your Crazy Up by Eileen Carey, and if you guys have got her ready to go, let's hit play.
Stayed in a long time. You had to share a girl's night.
That intro line's great.
We talk trash and we love to man bash. We all know what's really going down.
Strong voice.
They love trash and love to man bash.
Oh yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Pro woman, go Rourke.
Didn't ask me about if I were you. This is what I do. Don't order the tequila 'cause you know how you get. Don't talk about your ex, you ain't over him yet. You can wear the short skirt, fat ass, skip the heels, and don't go out.
Oh, you got me with tequila.
Feel just for tonight. Bottle your crazy up.
So she doesn't want her friend drinking the tequila on this one.
So I'm pretty sure Diane can relate to this song.
You know I know just what
Yes, all right.
a little less might work in your favor. Remember that guy in New Orleans? He saw too much of.
I remember that guy in New Orleans.
Get more.
I bet you do. I'm digging on that wah-like filter on the guitar, too.
Don't order the tequila 'cause you know how you get. Don't talk about your ex, you ain't over him yet. You can wear the short skirt, fat ass, skip the heels, and
Turn off the tequila. You know how you get. Don't talk about your ex 'cause you know how you ain't over him yet. Just for tonight, bottle that crazy up.
It's a great song, but I'm really hearing her strain with her breathing.
Yeah.
I love that electric line in there, man.
The bass is a little weak in the mix, so I don't hear it as much round.
I thought the drums were a little too far back, too.
Yeah.
I'd like them a little more forward myself.
All of the previous songs, the voice was very too far in the mix. This time the voice is too far out in front.
Yep.
You ain't over him yet. You can wear the short skirts, but I skip the heels.
I like the break.
I really hear her straining on the breathing.
Don't order the tequila 'cause you know how you get. Don't talk about your ex, you ain't over him yet. You can wear the short skirts, but I skip the heels. And don't go on about how you feel just for tonight. Bottle your crazy up. ya. Oh yeah. Go girl.
Okay, it's a great song overall. Really well done. But it's almost like the lyrics are too fast for what she's trying to sing.
I think the lyrics don't match the feeling of the song either.
Yeah.
The lyrics about not being crazy, just for tonight, you can, sure, you can wear the short skirts, but I'll leave the heels alone. Just for tonight, bottle your crazy up.
I think if they change that lead guitar feel just a little bit, just kind of maybe tone that lead guitar down just a hair, it would fall right in line with what you're talking about, TC.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the bass, there's just no bass in the mix. I mean, it's pretty
Very little. I mean, the most bass I heard was from the bass drum just before they hit the solo.
And you got to have the bass.
Yeah.
It's all about the bass.
It's all about the bass.
Here we go.
But if you go with the theme of the song, Bottle That Crazy Up, you took out the bass and the drum set, which you and I already talked about, TC, or mentioned. Putting that in the background, it takes away from the crazy of the song.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if
It's a
you
little
think
too
about
fast. Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to go thematically in that direction.
It's a little busy.
Yeah, exactly.
Just a little. I think the breathing problem, I think, is just more trying to catch that breath for the next line.
Yeah.
Slow it down 2 beats a minute.
I think lyrically, the song didn't quite match the theme of the lyrics. Maybe a little different take on the musical structure for those lyrics. The lyrics are great. The lyrics actually have a certain vibe to them, but they don't fit the song structure. Some of it did. We love talking trash and going out to man bash and yada.
Yeah, that's great. I love that line. That hooked me right off the beginning.
That was a cool line. But to continue it, I mean, if you're going to go that direction, then go ahead and do the crazy.
Mm-hmm.
For this song, for that vibe and for that feel and the chord changes and the way the song felt, go ahead and be let's go wear short skirts, let's wear the high heels, let's drink tequila until we feel like it's going to kill, let's la da 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 da. But instead, it's the opposite of all of that, and let's not do crazy. It doesn't fit. I think song wise, it didn't work for me.
And I think because she was trying to say so much in such a short span of time, it was really hard for her vocally for the breathing, and I really think, there are certain artists out there that can really hold a long chorus vocally with one breath. And I think she needs a little more training in that regard, and she'll blow it out of the freaking water.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was two things for me on the song. And TC, kind of a counterpoint of what you were talking about with the lyrics and everything. The song talks about, to me, you got to bottle it up. So during the verses of the song, it was where she was kind of letting it go, and in the chorus is where she was saying, "Wait a minute, pull that back."
Just for tonight.
Just pull it back in for a little while. Like we always say, chill out, dude. It ain't worth it.
Yeah, you'll be successful in your hunt.
Exactly.
Trying to get at.
Exactly.
Hey, I don't have many problems with the tune at all. And I'm trying to. I couldn't have gotten through it that smoothly. Well, a hell of a lot of practice.
The truth is,
anytime you've got a chorus line that runs on and has that, it's not a typical 16, so to speak.
Right.
It's got that extra line in it, and anytime you've got a song with that in it, it's a challenge to get it perfectly. And then in our chat room from the studio audiences, this is so well put. I went ahead and read it live here. It's very well played. Nashville studio guys, I'm pretty sure, not a mistake or unintended inflection anywhere, and there's the rub. Almost too antiseptically perfect, no bumps and warts.
Ooh,
well delivered and no bitch with the mix, but it held no surprises and nothing really caught me as a hooky line or passage.
Right.
Just didn't grab me, but then that's coming from a jazz prog guy that often deals with bluegrass and Americana. Man, I tell you, They get a hold of this thing in the line dancing clubs in North Texas, and they will go totally freaking nuts over it.
Yeah,
But
but
as Diana put, nobody's going to pay attention to the lyrics at that point anyway.
But no. When you go into country, you get the difference in grunge and rock and all that stuff. And when you're in there, but when you go to country music, the country music people, they listen to the lyrics. They want to hear something. They want to feel something.
We want to hear the story.
I'm sorry that that whole thing, I'm going crazy up or whatever. You're not going fucking crazy if you're not putting your heels on in your thing. You could say you're going to go and put your short skirt on and put your high boots on, or you're going to, because in Texas and Louisiana, the girl's going to wear their short booty shorts and a pair of good boots, or they're going to put their high heels on and they're going to go out and dance.
Look at them girls with the Daisy Dukes on.
God bless Daisy Dukes.
I love Daisy Dukes.
That's crazy. So that's the only thing I did. I really liked it. I think that I missed the big feel, because when you're going to put that in a line dance, you need that feeling. And women, we like to hear that boom, boom, boom thing. So but you didn't hear that. You didn't hear nothing but her lyrics. On this one, for me, I heard what she said. I understood all of her words and all that kind of good stuff. And I liked it. There was no, something you're going to just keep in your head, and there's that punchline thing that you're going to just go, okay, that's stuck in my head type thing. But the whole flow of it's good, but it's it didn't have any feel like I'm going to do this dance, how you do the dance.
It didn't have the Gretchen Wilson "Here's for the Party" kick to it.
Right.
Exactly.
But the bass, gotta have the bass and gotta have the drums. I love the drums. I love the bass and all that stuff, and that feel, but all of hers was what is it? What do y'all call it?
In good country music, in all country music that is of any radio quality or real listenability, that snare drum has to snap your head off.
It's gotta make your legs want to do the line dance.
Gotta make your legs want to do what?
It almost got to that point for me, but and I'm not a dancer.
Yeah,
it almost got to the dancing point, and I'm not a dancer.
The snare drum just wasn't there to drive me.
And again, for a person that doesn't like the genre, this is I'm not really going to be partaking in this song on a frequent basis. But overall, it was catchy. I liked it.
It was fun. I'm coming down the middle with it.
Yeah, it was a fun song. Overall, as far as the rating, I can honestly say that if I was driving down the road with the wife in the car, it would be one of those songs where I would roll all the windows down in the car and crank the radio. If it was just me in the car, I'd probably roll down 2 windows.
So if I understand,
that's the 2x60 air conditioning unit, right?
260 air conditioning works great, TC.
Yeah.
If I understand correctly, we're all kind of complaining about it, but we're all giving it really good ratings because we just had so much fun.
It's like we want this song to be good. We want this song to be good because it is basically a good song. I think the mix, if you beef up the mix, then the rest of it will come. This is one of those songs where you kind of want it to be good.
Yeah,
you want it to be more,
song.
It's definitely something you could hear on the radio. I mean, no doubt.
Definitely.
When they get the mix right, where you can feel it in your legs.
Yeah. So
Make Diane dance, damn you.
So Diane, get it my rating.
Diane, please go get a bottle of red real quick.
As a voiceover artist, I can't sing, but my ears are very, very sensitive to the breathing and to the straining. I can really hear straining in any type of vocal thing. Mm-hmm. And it's exceptionally important to be able to have the breathing techniques down to handle this kind of a song.
Yeah.
For example, the Zug the Friendly Orc theme song, I originally, the music that was made for it was super fast, and I really liked it. And the guy who wrote the lyrics for it wrote the lyrics to match. But you try to sing those lyrics to that super fast song, oh my God, it was near impossible.
Yeah, damn near got to be an auctioneer to do it.
Yeah. And so we slowed down the music, and oh my God, the lyrics, boom, made the song faster. I was really impressed with that. But again, with her, the music itself, maybe if they punched up the music, really got her to work on the breathing technique
just a bit.
It'd be freaking perfect, I think.
Yeah, and as a voice artist, he's a voiceover specialist in that. So dealing with the voice, that's Where you
Yeah.
guys
He knows.
from?
Yeah.
And here you didn't think you'd fit in.
I didn't. I thought I was completely useless.
Well, you are, but you still fit in.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, you are, but
Hey, take off, baby hoser. Okay, this is like from Canada, eh? So make sure when you come up, you bring up the bacon, eh? All right? Cool.
Now, if we could just get Tia Carrera to pop into the
Bacon
room.
don't make it out of my house.
exactly.
So wow, we got good stuff all around. Great, great analysis all evening, guys and gals. So thanks very much. I've had a blast, as always. And I mean, what can you say? It's a pleasure to be
My
able
glass
to do
is now
this.
empty.
It's an honor that all these great folks send their songs in and allow us to pick them apart like this live and to put it out. It takes big cojones to do something like that. So props to everybody. Thanks to
And hopefully,
everyone
it's
involved.
constructive. It's constructive for them, you know?
And
I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place here because I really want to send my songs in to see what you guys have to say about them, but at the same time, I'm scared as hell.
Dude, I'm with you.
I'll do it, but TC can't be here. Ian can't be here. Brett can't be here.
I have not submitted one of my songs.
JT,
Just word for it. Thank you so much for having me to be a part of it. I'm just blown away by this whole process. And I mean, a guy who I don't know nothing about the musical process, but I'm a consumer. I enjoy music, right? Everybody
There's
does.
the point.
It's the international language, and you know the great thing about this is that you're helping those people out there to get their stuff to be better, so that the masses can really enjoy it and hopefully give them successful careers.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So let's see. We had Lazy Eyes with Darling Dear. Catch them at lazyeyesnyc.com. Brian Mackey with his song The Day, just released today. And while you're watching this video, actually 4 days after it was released, but we got to hear it on the day it was released. BrianMackeyMusic.com. And we had Clozapin with their song Head, available on Bandcamp. Clozapin, Klozapin. And Practically Einstein sent over Massive in Japan. Really fun track. Catch them also on SoundCloud. And finally, we wrap the evening up with Eileen Carey's Bottle Your Crazy Up. Another really fun tune, and that's at eileencarey.com with the traditional spelling of Eileen to make it easy to find. A blast all night long. Thanks to everybody that was here. We've had a couple that have had to go ahead and chat. So Aaron Young, thank you very much. Aaron from Hangout Records. Diane Cobb is a blast. So glad to see you back and active on the internet. JT Hollis, thanks for joining us. TC Dean, as always, a pleasure. Brian Dotson, we love it. Keep coming back. And Ian Fultzer, first time here, man.
Yay!
Great input. Lots of fun. You brought a lot of special stuff to tonight. And
Thank you.
In the chat room, without his camera, Mr. Steve Andrix, Sutter Pop Music on Reverb Nation. You want to check that out. Great stuff. Wonderful, wonderful input from Steve in the chat room. Those comments will be featured in the blog posts and that kind of thing, too. So thanks again, everybody, for all the hard work, all the great information, all the fun songs. You keep us wanting to do this on Monday nights. I've gotten a lot of messages about I look forward to Monday nights. And sure has changed my attitude about music reviews and helped me develop a lot more excited attitude about it all. So thanks very much. I appreciate it. I'm Brett with MiddleTennesseeMusic.com. This has been Mid-10 Listens Live. It was episode number 83. And we'll be here again next week, sometime around the same time and one of these same channels that we use. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.